Hello, everyone. Hello. So we are live once again. And today I want to continue my live stream because I have my LAN cable plugged into my laptop. So everything should be running smoothly already. And I'm very excited to analyze Ouster today because Ouster was up 26% yesterday. So let's switch to my chart. Let's switch immediately. Right now, I'm analyzing Ouster. So as you can see, my internet cable is very stable, thankfully. I'm analyzing Ouster right now, electronic technology semiconductor stock. It's called Ouster Inc. It's trading on a Nasdaq on the ticker OUST, Ouster. So I'm analyzing the weekly chart, and I saw several interesting things because I saw that Ouster was trading inside of this cup pattern from 2022 when it reached the price point of approximately $40. Now, when we measure the horizontal resistance of the recent top area, we see this as a cup pattern. So actually, let's start from the beginning. I'm removing all my drawings. Ouster presenting the chart just as it is, right? So this is Ouster. It's a technology stock. They make like LiDAR equipment. People are very excited about Ouster because they're speculating that large companies like Nvidia and Amazon, and even smaller companies, of course, down the line, that they will use Ouster, their technology, in the future and become their customers for their LiDAR and sensing and visual technology, which is tied to the future robotic play that people are speculating that will take place somewhere behind, the line after the photonics trade plays out. We can obviously see a cup pattern on Ouster, their chart, which I also found interesting is that taken together with this pole, I see a bull flag pattern. So a cup pattern is tied to the couple handle pattern, and couple handle is a bullish continuation pattern. So if the price at $3 managed to 10x, then after that Ooster breaks out from the potential cup and handle pattern, it's likely to continue its rally further along the path. Now I see Ooster reaching a high price point, like maybe do a 5x from these price levels, at least touch the all-time high of about $180. 150 would also be decent. If you can 3x your money in a couple months or years time, that's already amazing. But I haven't done research on the company itself. I have read zero annual reports. I didn't view any corporate presentations that the management released on their investor relations website. I'm just analyzing the stock because I got excited seeing people post about Ooster. Now, I don't really care about the price rally measured from the support area of this bull flag at 16 to the current price of 34. That's amazing, of course, but you can also trade INQ of the lows and the highs, and you could have seen the similar gains. What I'm interested in is whether Ooster can break out from its long term chart. And with long term, I see here two resistance spots. We can see this as one resistance point because that's the breakout after the IPO. Now, this is a very important moment. I can imagine that the volume was very high. Let's look at the volume of Ooster and how the volume progressed during their trade on the exchange. Now, we actually see that in the beginning, when the stock started trading, volume broke out after the IPO. which is logical. Volume breaks out. Then it traded a bunch when it went down. So people were still excited to pick up shares when the stock price halved. And we can see the beginning of the trading sessions or the trading journey of Ooster with the ticker OUST on the exchange as one resistance area of around 160. So the all-time high is just one tiny spot on the chart. If we analyze Ooster from that viewpoint, um, okay, so my connection looked like something was lagging. Yeah, I mean, I hope I capture my screen because it says that I forgot to share my screen or something. Let's see. I got excited seeing people post about Ooster. Look at the volume. Oh, no, no, we're good. So it glitched a little bit, but we are back. Let's check. We are back. Yeah, we're back. Everything is well. Okay. So it glitches sometimes. I have to look up what's happening with the software, but we are back. So it is what it is. Ooster. We can see the previous area after the IPO as one resistance area, right? At 150, the all-time high. If we see the descending resistance line as an important spot on the whole chart, where the price, broke down, it went like a sort of cup against this resistance line and is finally touching the resistance line again. So the resistance line also acts as a magnet for the chart, right? Eventually, when the revenue catches up, the volume is likely to catch up with the price going higher. So funds take the price higher, retail buys in once again. People, once where they forgot the stock, they look into OOST again, which is happening on X today. I mean, when you type in the ticker name OUST, you see a lot of research being posted even today. I mean, I'm doing my live streams. People are posting the chart, the short term chart. It's very interesting. Once the stock breaks out with 30% in one day, people start posting like tremendous price points, which is always exciting, but we have to remember to not get caught up. Like somebody's posting break above this base takes it to 100 plus, which is likely, which is very likely, but I don't think that it will happen during the first attempt of the breakout. Maybe it will happen in August, in the summer of 26, where the price really starts to rally. But what I was trying to say, well, let's continue. What I was saying is that this resistance line acts as a very important area for the chart, for the price action. Now, the stock right now on a short term duration is trading inside of this bull flag. And it's still not sure whether price is likely to break out this area. But I'm just trying to point to the fact that if price breaks out from this resistance area, it reminds me at what happened at this point right here. I mean, we can see also like the similar thing happening from the high point at 150 here as well. It doesn't really matter where you draw the resistance line. If you drew a resistance line right here, or even here for that matter, you could also see this as a resistance line. Now, price rallied tremendously from $5 to 15 in a very short duration right here. From 150, the resistance line, to 15, the descending line acted as a tremendous like build up for the price. Now the price again exploded in the scalp rally, and right now it's trading in the bull flag. So that's very interesting. And if you ask me, it's likely going to continue higher. I don't know whether the rally will occur right now, or it's going to chop sideways, maybe go up like this to 40, then stabilize, go down again, test the resistance line as support, go higher to 100, and then chop again and reach 160 in January of 28. It could happen. I mean, Ouster is a promising name. Maybe in about 6 months, more information is going to come online. Just like with quantum computing, where 2025 was the year of quantum, the international year promoted by the United Nations, that information just became public in near the end of 24. In I think October or September of 24, a lot of new information uh, was released publicly by the defense, uh, by the government, and by large companies like Google and no, not IBM, especially Google, and Amazon releasing their quantum news. We can also see companies release their humanoid, their robotics and robots news and information near the end of this year, from September, October, November, and December. We may gain a lot of new information about the whole sector. Maybe some information reports from analyst banks will drop, and we can read where they see the sector heading in the coming years. And by the way, information reports are already dropping. So you can read a lot of information about the robotics sector and what people think the industry will do altogether. But yeah, I think some exciting stuff can happen here, where the company also reports better numbers or will announce some new things for the company. And also, this is a time where institutions will calculate back the revenue projections and come up with some, net present value calculation, and realize that Ooster is really a $50 stock, and with not even having priced in the future potential of the company. So yeah, I think Ooster is a good stock. It's not great like Rocket Lab was at $4. I mean, Rocket Lab at four was a different beast. It was just, animal, with the space sector taking charge in 27 all the way to 2030. If you bought in 24, you would have been 3 to 5 years, behind the inflection point, which is always the time zone to buy in, because you're betting against other players that will take the charge, that will also, it's like a game of hunting, where you both wait for the same thing to happen. And like in 24, you know that some things are going to happen in 28 to 2030. So you're 4 to 6 years early, but nobody is willing to wait 3 to 4 years, where you know that 2 years before the breaking point, people will definitely invest. But in the period before that, the 4 years, you are not willing, with the prisoner's dilemma, to risk being trapped in a stock for a couple more years. So what happened was that people got greedy, and they just together decided that the prisoner dilemma in that matrix, that buying in right now and pushing the price up right now was the best choice. So the funny thing was that institutions decided to, if they like front run the whole um, system that I just described, of being ready 6 years out for 2030, when the space industry will break out. They just decided, if we bypass that and just buy today, then retail at least can get less shares than if they could discover it themselves at $4 and $5. So that's what they did. They front run the stock, which I think is not very smart, but I mean, eventually it had to happen because Rocket Lab was posting tremendous earnings numbers with earnings calls. Their presentations were good. They were hitting the numbers. They were over delivering and under promising. So it was bound to happen. And I think the institutions got FOMO themselves, also with INQ and ASTS. But ASTS was a little bit different, and INQ is also different because INQ has yet to prove a lot of facts, and Rocket Lab was just a presentation beast because they practice what they preached. Like they have managed to build the best rockets in their industry, and yeah, their contract value has also exploded a lot. So the CEO is a genius in my opinion, and yeah, that's very funny. I mean, Rocket Lab is a different beast than every other company that I know. So I already knew that at $4. Ouster is not the same kind of play, definitely not the same. And I have yet to find a company which is similar to Rocket Lab, where the conviction is high at a low price point. That's what I'm looking for. I want to have very high conviction at attractive price points, just as INQ at $6, $7. My conviction was very high. I knew what the company was going to do in the future, and the price point was very low. I mean, the high was at 20, the local high. The all-time high was at 30, 36. So it made sense to buy at $6. That's logical, right? Reddit, it's a different kind of beast. I mean, this is a revenue growth play. You're betting on increasing growth of revenue in Reddit. I mean, if you bought it at this price point and the revenue just keeps on climbing and climbing, I mean, that's also really good, right? If you buy it at fair prices, but the revenue keeps growing more than the prices are willing to catch up, eventually some funds will force the price to go up and you will win anyway, right? So the volume doesn't really matter during these kinds of patterns. I mean, this looks like ARM, right? This reminds me so much of ARM, where ARM just chopped sideways and sideways while the revenue was increasing. Right now, they posted like records revenue, the price exploded. Now, if you bought right here at $80, it's a very attractive valuation, right? Reddit, the price is just chopping. After their IPO, revenue kept climbing. I think Reddit is a very attractive company. It reminds me of ARM with their revenue trajectory. Excuse me, I need to drink water. But yeah, I think Reddit is a decent stock. I mean, it's so decent that people don't expect what the price can do in terms of catching up with the revenue, being re-rated as a true true platform like Meta, Facebook, Instagram, but then being publicly traded. I mean, Reddit is a very large website. Don't get mistaken. I mean, it's not like Snapchat today. And Snap is just a horrible company, horrible stock. I mean, yeah, that seems horrible, right? But yeah, Ooster. I think I'm going to hit a break right now. So thank you for watching, and I'll be back.